Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing an update on the propagation of my monsteras that I started about 2 weeks ago. I want to show you the progress that I have so far on the original mother plant, as well as the cuttings that I have to show you how much growth you can expect after about 2 or 3 weeks. And then I have a Thai Constellation Monstera Deliciosa over here that I also want to propagate in this video. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it all has to do with propagation. So let's get to it. Hey, so it's like a million degrees outside, so I thought it'd be a great idea to do another video inside because I cannot handle being outside right now. But first, let's see, I want to show you the original mother plant that I snipped off the cutting from right here. Wow, that's satisfying. And you can already see that once that happened, it triggered the plant to start growing right next to it. So I'll get a zoomed in video right here to show you, but it probably started within about a week, breaking out of the stem. These are petioles, by the way, and then this is the stem. Where you have these roots coming out is the node. So if you're going to be doing propagation of these plants, you have to make sure that you have a node. This is an aerial root, and this will turn into normal roots as well. So yeah, simple process. I just cut from right here, and then it started growing right here, and this is going to turn into a new branch with a lot more happy leaves. Here's what I really want to show you, which is the original cutting that I took. This, I actually have to be careful because I'm drinking some coffee right now, and they're like almost identical. But yeah, this is where I originally stored my cutting. I really like these ball mason jars because they have like a wide mouth and they're not really constricting to large plants like this. When I put it in here, I just put it in some water, but I've been experimenting with adding a little bit of liquid seaweed in here. I think it's also called kelp. So the reason I'm doing that is because I'm hoping that it adds a little bit of nutrients into the water and provides what it's not receiving, which is nutrients from the soil when it's doing water propagation. I don't know if this, I don't have like a control to see the comparison of if it helps or not, but it seems to be helping in my opinion. So yeah, I want to show you the roots. When I put this in here, there was one little measly root. So let's see what we got. That's pretty nice right there. I think you can see it well with my like black shirt. This stem right here, or this root right here, was the aerial root where it's darker. That's the original area. It stopped about here and looks like it's grown over here, and it has developed all these other roots from it. So this is probably actually good to go in the soil already. I'm probably gonna keep it in here for about another week or so, just because I want to see how it develops further. You're really not going to be developing roots from the bottom here, which is what you would kind of rationally think would happen. You're going to be developing it out of the side where the aerial root is. So yeah, it looks like it's doing very well, and I'm very happy with it. So I'm just going to keep monitoring it, but I think it's pretty dang happy. Now I just have to be careful about putting it back in here. The roots are obviously delicate, so you'll want to be very careful with that. I just put it in a bright window. It receives maybe like, I don't know, half an hour of direct light, but it's mostly just bright sunlight. I also wanted to show you an update on another one of my variegated monsteras. This is not a Thai Constellation. This is just, I don't know if it's like the Albo variegata version or what, but it is variegated. I did take this cutting from this original plant, which is pretty rough right now, now that I stole all its pretty leaves. But yeah, this one's already clearly developed this small leaf. It's not uncommon once you like behead a plant like this for the next leaf to be much smaller. It looks like it's already developing another leaf. The problem with this plant was that it was only producing white leaves, and that's why I beheaded it, because I wanted to see if I could reset it to have some more of the normal variegation. If it's just all white leaves, there's no chlorophyll there for the plant to create energy. And I created 2 cuttings from that. So here's the first one. This was also water propagation, developed enough roots, and then I put it into some soil with some good drainage, and then I added some gravel on top to keep it weighed down and the moisture inside. This one already developed a beautiful leaf already, and there's some of the normal variegation, so hopefully it continues down that path. And then this one is still working on its leaf, but it's almost there. So these are doing really well actually, so I'm really happy with them, and I think maybe in about 6 months they'll be really going. So now I want to introduce this plant right here. This is a Thai constellation, Monstera. These are the really popular ones that are a little difficult to find right now. It's a little dusty, I need to keep up on that. But as you can see, it's developed some really extensive aerial roots. Let me show you right there. You can see that it's probably about 2 feet. There's another one over here. I think I even trimmed them too, and I've like, oh, there's cat hair on them. I've even trimmed them a little bit, and sometimes I accidentally step on them and they're a mess. But I think these will turn out to be really good aerial roots for propagation, because it's a pretty big root system you're already giving it. So I'm going to be chopping this one up, seeing how many cuttings I can get out of it, and trying to maintain these aerial roots in the water so that they can convert to normal roots. So I'm going to change the angle of the camera so that you can see that better, the process better, and yeah, let's get going. So I want to see, I'm thinking that I can probably get at least, here's 1 cutting, 2 cuttings, 3 cuttings. We'll see. I think at least 3. So yeah, I have my secateurs right here that I need to replace because they're terrible, but I still have them. Yeah. So I'm gonna make a cut right about here. Boom. Okay. And that's done. That's a good size cutting right there. This one has a very small node right here on the underside that you can't see. So I'm going to make the cut right here. All right. Again, it's pretty satisfying every time you make a cut. This looks pretty small. I think I'll be able to get a cutting out of this. I don't know if you can see it right here, but there is a small aerial root coming out right here. So this will probably keep growing and develop. I think this is enough to start a whole plant. Okay, got another cutting right here. This is a good size root. This will be great for rooting and propagating. I'm not worried about this one. Good size leaf as well. Got this cutting right here. Okay, this is the one with a root that's longer than the actual cutting itself. So this is going to be interesting. I might actually cut this root in about half because I really don't think it needs, it's going to be kind of difficult to propagate this in a jar anyway. So I'll probably cut it to about here, and that should be fine. Okay, that's a good cutting. Again, another root that's even longer than the cutting itself. And I think I'm gonna leave this like so. It looks pretty ugly, but I do want the plant to have some leaves so that it can generate some I think I'm gonna leave the plant with 2 leaves, 2 smaller leaves, so it's almost like 1 normal leaf. I'm gonna do that because I want it to have some sort of way to generate energy and do photosynthesis. So yeah, I'm probably gonna stop right here. I could probably cut one more time right here, but and it will probably branch out a new one, but I'll just stop right here for now because I don't want to kill the plant. So let's see how many cuttings I ended up with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty good actually. That's more than I thought. I'll put all of these in a mason jar with some new fresh clean water. I might add some liquid seaweed to it, and then I'll just wait and see how these roots develop. So yeah, it's an easy process. I have my cuttings over here. I need to kind of trim back these roots here, but I kind of want to take some pictures of them because they're pretty cool to see this long. I ran out of mason jars, so I'm using this kind of beaker pourer thing. I think it'll work for now. In a couple weeks, these should hopefully be full of roots. I'll change the water every couple of days. I may consider adding a little bit of liquid seaweed to it, so we'll see if that helps. I'm sure in a couple weeks I'll update you on the status of these cuttings right here and show you the root development and to see how they're doing. But other than that, I think I'll just start cleaning up a little bit because I have plant body parts hanging around. So yeah, I hope this video is helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.